What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen. With me today in Atlanta, Georgia, we got the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com, the great oracle of cryptocurrency. Okay? In this video today, guys, we want to talk about some myths, some what we would call bullshit myths in the cryptocurrency world, in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And it's important that if you are a cryptocurrency investor, that you need to understand this concept of value and where Bitcoin and any cryptocurrency gets its value from. Okay? Because a lot of people ask, where does Bitcoin's intrinsic value come from, or any cryptocurrency's intrinsic value?
Or it has no intrinsic value.
Or it has no intrinsic value.
Yeah.
Or that there's no government backing, so why would it be valuable? First of all, it doesn't need any backing. A currency works because people agree that it works, not because somebody backs it. Okay. Now, if you would like to believe that it has value, the U.S. dollar has value because it has the U.S. government backing it, that's fine. You're welcome to believe that. There's nothing wrong with that, but that doesn't mean that it has to be backed by anything to have value. For example, gold. What backs gold? Nothing. Nothing backs gold. Gold has value because we humans mine it out of the ground, melt it down, and we use it for jewelry, and we use it for commercial reasons, mainly for commercial reasons, and that's why it has value. Not because it came out of the earth with value, it's because humans put value on it. Now, all that aside, whether you believe that or not, it doesn't matter, because if you want to make some money from cryptocurrency investing, you have to see where the value is at in the cryptocurrency and not just be sucked in by all these naysayers that don't understand how value is created in cryptocurrencies, okay? So I'm going to let the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned LeonFu.com explain to you how to understand the value that's in Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, and why, when you invest into it, why it's worth the risk, okay? Yeah. So go ahead and explain it.
Yeah. So, I wrote a blog post today.
A blog post.
A blog post. But really, when people ask, where does value come from? When we go back to our good friend Charles, where he said the value
That's Charles Hoskinson?
Charles Hoskinson, yes.
Yeah, the former co-founder of Ethereum, not the CEO of Ethereum, okay?
Yes.
Okay, not the CEO of Ethereum, the former co-founder.
He made this statement, and I'll go back to this, because this doesn't just apply to cryptocurrencies. It's actually with any investment, right? Including cryptocurrencies. But
your eyes are squinty enough, man. You don't need no sun.
Because the sun is in
We're Asians, man. We don't need no sunblock, man. We got squinty eyes already.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
He said this. He said the value of all the value of cryptocurrencies comes from its community, not its technology.
Agreed.
Okay? In other words, people say that, hey, where does Bitcoin get its value from, right? It has no intrinsic value. It's not backed by anybody. It's not, well, it actually is backed by something. It's backed by its community.
Yeah, the community.
Right?
And explain to the audience what constitutes the community. What makes up the community?
The community is
it the
everyone.
developers, the programmers,
it's all
the users?
of those people. It's the people that are involved in Bitcoin in some way, right?
Whether they're developers,
it could be
engineers,
developers, users, merchants, miners, even people like us, right?
Yeah. If you talk about it, you're part of the community.
Yeah, if you talk about it, if you're involved in any way, if you mine it, if you accept it, if you use it, you are part of the community.
So if you report on Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies, you talk about it,
you own it,
you talk about how you like it, you talk about how you don't like it, you talk about how it's a scam, you talk about how it's not a scam.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. If you're talking about it and you're attached to it, then you're part of that community.
Yes, exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying, right? And the value of Bitcoin, all the value that we have as human beings comes from other human beings.
Yeah.
Okay? That is what value is.
So
right?
if I say that the value of Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies comes from its technology or its blockchain technology,
No, that's not
You
where
disagree
it is.
with
I
that?
totally disagree
Okay.
with that. And I'll tell you why. Because we have 700 different, what we call altcoins, right? And most of them are worth nothing.
Yeah.
Most of them came from Bitcoin. They use the identical technology because it's
They
the
copy and
identical, so
paste the
it's
code.
copy and paste the code, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same technology.
Yeah.
But they're nearly worthless, and they're certainly not worth the $20 billion or whatever the price is at the moment. 16 billion, I think it is.
Yeah.
Is at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Because you can copy and paste technology.
Yeah.
You cannot copy and paste people,
Okay.
and it is the people
Yeah.
that give Bitcoin its value.
Exactly.
And there's no way to copy and paste that.
Yeah.
Right?
So let's give some examples to the audience of places or businesses or things that have value. And on the surface, it looks like it's
All right,
on
so
the company or the business, but it's actually in the community.
Yes, it's a community, and a company. Let's take stocks.
Yeah.
Okay, a stock is like a token, right? It's a
Yeah.
token of ownership for that company,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And many people will argue, oh, it's the profits that give the stock its value.
Okay.
But
Amazon, companies like Amazon never made profits for many
companies
years.
never made profits, right? And,
Okay.
and Uber is now $70 billion and has never made a profit, and it's still worth billions, and it keeps going up, right?
Yeah.
And many companies have never made a penny in their entire existence, and they either got bought out eventually, because even though they make no money,
Okay.
somebody bought them,
So-
right? For some money, right? And even though they make no money, they still keep getting more money from investors.
Okay, so
right?
let's maybe this is a good time where we share the story about one of our team members, a
Yeah.
cologne business.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one of our team members. He has a cologne business. When he came, he was goofing around building websites back when the internet was just first created by Al Gore, right?
Yeah.
At least it's what the history
That's what
books
the-
say.
yeah.
The American history books say Al Gore invented the internet. We have to, hey, if it's in writing, it must be true, right? So, after Al Gore invented the internet, one of our team members, right? Let's just call him the accountant,
Yeah.
okay? Because we don't want to use his real name. So let's just say the accountant, when he was in college, he was goofing around after Al Gore invented the internet, and he built some goofball websites just for fun, just to see what a website was all, and he never did anything with it.
Sure.
And then he went later on, after he finished college, he went to Dubai and India and other countries, and he realized that there was a need for colognes and perfumes, because he was a big cologne and perfume fan, right? And he came back and he noticed that in the U.S. that the kiosks that's inside the malls, they always ran out of colognes and perfumes because they could not buy in bulk. In other words, in order for them to buy, like Victoria's Secret or Dolce & Gabbana or Calvin Klein or any of those colognes, right? They had to get a whole truckload, and the kiosks were too small of a business to buy a whole truckload full of cologne, bottles of cologne. So what the accountant did was he went and he figured out a way to get these pallets full of colognes, and he set up a website, just a little rinky-dink website, and he started selling these cologne bottles to all the kiosks where they can buy a bigger batch. In other words, they can buy 100 bottles at a time, 200 bottles. They didn't have to buy a whole truckload, okay? And right away, his business exploded. I mean, very quick. And in a very short period of time, what happened was a company, a bigger cologne and perfume company distributor came in and bought him out and offered him $500,000 for the cologne and perfume distribution website that he had set up. And when they offered him $500,000, he was all excited about it, and him and his business partner immediately agreed to sell it for $500,000. And guess what happens after they got the $500,000 and they sold the website to the bigger company?
Well, you told me this story
Okay,
before they...
so what happened was, after they sold it, he noticed that they were shutting down the website, and they were starting to slow the traffic down and slow all the business down, and he couldn't figure out why they did not care about the website making money.
The business.
And what he realized very quickly after they shut down his website was the reason why they bought it was to acquire all his subscribers.
That's right.
And all his customers.
That's right.
So in the world of business, that's called a customer acquisition purchase. So they purchased his website not to be able to sell colognes to his customers, but the bigger distribution company bought his website to get all the customers in one chunk, and then it was much cheaper because he realized that he had several thousand customers on his customer list, and it was easier for the company, instead of spending millions of dollars to get all those customers and market to them and advertise to them, it was easier to just go in and invest $500,000 to buy out his business and get all those customers. And instead of, I think he told me that the customers would have cost the company like, I don't know, like $100, $200 per customer, and they would have get it from him for like 10, 20 bucks or something. I don't know what the exact numbers were, okay? I can't remember, but it was very, very dirt cheap. So that was a customer acquisition purchase. Yes. So is that what you're saying about like companies like Snapchat and things like that?
Yeah, so those companies, and this happens in Silicon Valley all the time, where you got all these startups that fail.
Yeah.
And Yahoo is very famous for this, is they come in and they buy them. And those are called acqui-hires, right?
Yeah.
Where they're purchasing, they did the same thing as your friend here. They just buy that company and shut it down.
Yeah.
And in that case, they're not looking, the target may not be the users or the customers.
Yeah.
The target is the employees.
Yeah, the employees might have talent.
The talent, it's a talent acquisition, right? Just like you, because they figure like for them to go recruit all of that is going to cost them. Well, first of all, there's a shortage of software engineers, so oftentimes they can't get these engineers at any price.
Yeah, and what happened was they did that in the when we were doing working on the privacy coin project.
Yeah, that's right.
Our research, we came across Shadow Cash and Dash.
Yeah.
Right. There was a time in Dash's history and Shadow Cash's history where the Dash team tried to buy out.
Yeah,
and merge with the Shadow Cash team just to acquire their engineers and their developers.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But it didn't go through because the Dash...
I don't think they gave him a good enough deal.
Yeah, it was. They were not happy with the offer, so they did not agree to it. But similar thing, it didn't
work. But this happens all the time. You'll have companies that, especially if there's a short, and it's very well known that there's a shortage of talent in Silicon Valley. So a lot of these most of them don't work. So a bigger company, we'll buy this out for 10, 20, 30, 40 million, whatever they're going to pay.
Yeah.
And that's really I call that's really a signing bonus.
Yeah.
More than anything else. They're buying the company, but they're really buying the company for the people in the company.
Yeah.
Not for whatever the company's doing, because they can write code for that. They can write code for them.
Yeah.
So the point is that
the community.
The community is where it's not the profits, right? It's not just the profits.
Yeah.
There's more to the community than. And even the profits come from the community, right? Obviously, the profits came from your customers, right?
Yeah.
But your customers have value. Your employees have value. Any kind of intellectual property, patents. That all has value, right?
Even the reporters and the journalists and the people that talk about it have value,
right? So you can come in and you see these companies buying up companies all the time who are not profitable, right?
Yeah.
And so the point of this is profits. The point I'm trying to make is that you have to look at the community.
Yeah.
To evaluate the investment potential, not whether it has this quote-unquote intrinsic value, which is really hard to define what that is.
Yeah.
Or not even profits, right?
Yeah. Let's say if you have a software that has 10 million people using it. People the Wall Street can see the value in that immediately.
Yeah, that's right.
Even if it's not making money.
Yeah, even if it doesn't make money, even if it loses money, even if you have a company like Uber is losing hundreds of millions and billions a year, right? And they instantly recognize this is valuable, even though it's not profitable, right? And it might never be profitable, and who knows, right? It may never be profitable, but profit,
like Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon lost money for like 20 years, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to point out is that you got what does grow, what you do need to succeed as an investment is your community has to grow.
Yeah, like Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Does not make money.
No, they get donations.
They get donations, but they're extremely valuable site.
That's right. They're extremely valuable, right? They're a nonprofit. By definition, they shouldn't be making money, right?
Yeah.
They're a nonprofit. But the value of investing is you want the community to grow and become more valuable. And profits is just one measure. And in fact, it's a very, very narrow measure.
Okay.
Right? Because it's all just revenue minus profit expenses, right? That's all profit is. But,
okay, so from a cryptocurrency investing perspective, right? The audience, the viewers right now is wondering, like, why are we talking about this community stuff?
Yeah.
You know, what does it have to do with making money?
What does it have to do with making money? All right. Here's the part about making money.
You know,
right?
This is an investing channel.
This is an investing channel.
So
you have when you look at a cryptocurrency investment like a potential opportunity.
Yeah.
What you should be asking yourself.
Yeah.
Is, can this team build a community around their idea?
Yeah.
Right? Can they build? Now, there's many ways to build a community. Like, you know, we are in the tech business, so we tend to build a community around technology, right? Because that's what we are. We're technologists, and we tend to build new technology and then build a community around that technology that uses that technology.
Yeah.
Such as a ride-sharing app, right? That's a community. You got drivers, you got people, your customers who ride.
Yeah.
You got the software engineers who develop, right?
Yeah.
So that's a community, and the reason Uber is so valuable is because its community has exploded. Right?
Yeah.
They're in every single major city. They're in, you know, they're all over the world now, right?
Yeah.
Even though they lose money.
Yeah.
That does not mean they don't have value, right? And it's the same thing with cryptocurrency investing. Is you got to look at the team and their idea, and you have to think to yourself, can you build a community around this?
Yeah.
Is this something that will scale? Right? And there's many ways. So the most frequent way is we got this new technology, we got this new idea, we got this new app, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be, look at Doggy Coin.
Yeah.
We build a community around a dog meme, right?
Yeah.
And it's worth $30 million.
Yeah.
Just because people like it.
Yeah.
Right? And if you got in early enough, you would have made lots of money, right?
Yeah.
But you have to ask yourself, is that sustainable? Right?
Yeah.
Is you know, making trying to build a community around a dog meme, and how far is that going to scale? Right?
Yeah, it's not going to scale very far.
Well, it's still scaled further than anyone thought. Right? I mean, it goes to show you never really. That's why I'm saying you never really know, right? And so the community is about. I made the wrong turn here. The community.
Okay. Just busted U-turn.
Yeah. The community is. You know, there's many different ways to build a community. The community is the investors, the traders, the users, the developers, the business partnerships, right? Yeah. All of those things count. All of those things are.
You have to bust a U-turn right.
All of those things are part of the community, right? Yeah. And that's much more important. In fact, that's what really matters in the end, right? You could have the best technology. You could have the badass developers, you know, the best developers on the planet, right?
Man, you might be a good developer and a good tech guy, man. And you might be the oracle of cryptocurrency, but you're the absolute worst Asian driver. We had like 4 blocks there for you to make a U-turn, and you couldn't do it.
but you know, I'm also not paying attention. But
you better be lucky that you don't make money from driving. Yeah. You make money from cryptocurrency, man.
So the point is that you have to ask the team is can they build a community around what they're trying to do?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That is the punchline of this video here.
Yeah.
That is the punchline. Is you got to look at these pitches and say that are the all this technology, can they do it? But at the end of the day, even if they did get all that to work, can they build a community around that? Yeah. And that will determine whether or not the investment succeeds or not.
Okay. So to summarize it real quick, the reason why we made this video and talking about the community is that one of the key factors that we look at when we're researching a cryptocurrency to put money into it, to invest into it, is one of the key factors that we need to consider is whether or not they have a strong community.
Yeah, and do they know how to build a community? Yeah. Do they know how to grow a community?
Yeah, or there are signs that they are building it and growing it.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, well, thanks for watching this video, guys. It was an honor to have the Honorable Grandmaster, legendary, world-renowned Oracle of Cryptocurrency here with us today. Yeah. He is not world-renowned for driving. I can vouch for that. We got evidence of that.
Not while I'm talking.
We got a whole block, and he's like running here, backing up to try to bust a U-turn. Yeah. All right, so thanks for watching this video, guys. If you guys like it, give us a thumbs up. If you guys don't like it, give it a thumbs down, and make sure you pound that unsubscribe button whenever you don't like it. You know, no use to wasting time being around here if you don't like it. Okay. If you have any friends or family or relatives or co-workers or people who want to learn about cryptocurrency investing, make sure that you share our channel with them. Let them know this is the most popular cryptocurrency investing channel on the internet. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.